I thought I'd have a look at how to test a Nuxt or Vue composable. And it turns out that by and large, this is pretty straightforward. So I thought I'd pick something a little bit more complex. So here's the composable that I've got in my Nuxt application that calls my backend API. And there's a couple of things here. So I've got this call API method, and I've got the option here that can get passed in to say whether or not the call is secure or not. And that makes a call to the fetch API. And then finally, it makes another call to the fetch API for the actual API that I wanted to call. So there's a few kind of things here. We need to mock out the fetch API to unit test this particular composable. And then I've got this other composable here, which is one that uses an API access token to be able to call that particular method on our API. And again, we need to mock out the fetch API to be able to unit test this. And here we're going to pass in a bearer token, which is the API access token. And we get that access token from a Pinia store. So we also need to mock out a Pinia store in this case. So let's go and have a look at how we can unit test these more complex type composables. Okay, so let's dive into what we need to do to test our call API composable. So that's this one, which is potentially the more simpler of the two. So let's, for starters, add our system under test import, which is importing the call API composable. And then let's do the basics of our test. So let's have a call API tests, and just after each, we're going to unstub all the globals, so we get rid of all our mocked objects, essentially tidying up behind ourselves, and then we're going to call the fetch method with the defaults, is what our first test is going to do. What we can do is make a call to our system under test with an API to call, so we need to go and add in that API to call before we do this. So let's just put a constant in our test. And then we can also expect our system under test to be truthy, which we do for most of our unit tests. And then before we make our call, we need to mock the fetch call. So we set up fetch as a function, and then we can stub out $fetch with our mocked out version. And then inside of our unit tests, we are going to need a constant, which is the API base URL, which essentially will have to be the same as this API prefix here, so /API. And that's just so that they match up when we come to do our assertions, which we'll move on to right now. So after we've called our test, we can expect fetch to have been called once in this particular scenario, because we're not passing in the secure flag. It's going to bypass this particular call and only make this call. And then to verify the call to our fetch, we can make sure that fetch was called with the API to call that we've used. So that's what we called our system under test with. And we can expect that to have been called with the base URL, which should match the prefix or /API, and should also include the credentials, which is hard coded inside of our methods here to pass credentials include. So let's save that. We get a nice successful test. So now let's have a look and see if we can make a test for calling it with the secure option. So let's add in another test and set up exactly what we did the previous one. Only this time, when we're calling our system under test, we pass it the secure flag set to true, and we have our usual assertion. And then we can have our fetch assertion, but this time we can see that we're checking that it's been called 2 times. And so then against the fetch, we can just say that we expect it to be called with authenticate, and the base URL set to our base URL /API, and also the credentials include. So this is the hard-coded call to authenticate, and then we can also add in the same assertion that we had in the previous test, which is to ensure that our actual API call is made with the same API base URL and the credentials flag. So we check that it's called twice and that it's called with the right arguments. Let's save that one and give that a run. And again, we get a nice success, which is good. That's exactly what we wanted. So let's move on to how we can test our other composable, which is the one that's using the Pinia store and needing an access token. And this is going to be testing a different composable. So let's set this up accordingly. And you need to make sure, because we're going to mock the Pinia store, that you've got the @Pinia/testing installed as a dev dependency, which I've done in a previous video on how to mock Pinia stores. So over in my packages.json as a dev dependency, I've got this Pinia testing already installed. And then we need to change our imports at the top. I'm going to get rid of that one and import some things from Pinia. So set active Pinia, create testing Pinia from the new testing Pinia package, import my auth store so that I can mock that out. And then from the composable, I'm now going to import call API as my system under test and now call protected API as system under test 2, just so that I can run both these tests side by side in the same file. Okay, so with all our imports in place, let's go and start setting up for our test. We can do exactly the same thing that we did for the other test. We set up a constant for our API method and we set up a mock for the fetch. We need a request body, so we're just going to set up a request body as an object that's got body in it set to test, and then we can make our call to our system under test 2, passing in that request body and the API that we want to call. And then let's have our usual first assertion on system under test 2 to be truthy. And now let's have a look at mocking the Pinia store. Before we make our call, we need to create a testing Pinia. We need to set the active Pinia as that testing Pinia object. We need a constant, which is assigned our auth store. And then we're going to have a mock implementation of a method that's in our store that we make a call to. So over here, we make a call to get or refresh API access token. So let's go and add a mock on the auth store for get or refresh API access token. And this is going to return us an API token. So in our mock implementation is what that gives you back. So we need that API token to be defined before this. So let's put that in the constants at the top. So we define that API token and it's just anything, any arbitrary value that we want that we can then assert against. So now that we've called our method, let's start adding in the rest of our asserts. The first thing we can check is that that mock for getting the access token has been called once. We can put in an assertion against fetch to say that that's been called once, and then against the fetch, like we did before, we can assert against the fetch to say that it was called with our API to call and also an object that looks like this. So a post method, and if we just jump over and have a look at our fetch call, we can see that it's got a method post, it's got a headers, authorization, bearer, using the token that we get back from our auth store, a base URL set to /API, and our request body. So now if we jump back over, we can see that this mimics most of that, and that should just be authorization so that it matches base URL set to that and body set to our test request body. So let's save that, give that a run. And that all works perfectly, which is great. So hopefully this gives you some idea of how you can test more complex style composables, even ones that are calling the fetch API with bearer tokens and things like this. It's all possible and all doable. So hopefully you found that useful. And if you did, then please do like and subscribe to the channel. But let me know how you're testing some of your composables in your applications and problems and things that you're coming across. And with that, I need to thank my sponsors of this video, without whom this wouldn't be possible. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.